For more than a decade, teams across the league would spend sleepless nights trying to plan for him. Broadcasters scrambled to find new words for his antics, and opposing superstars eventually just surrendered to the fact there was nothing ordinary or predictable about the man known as the Worm. It was more than his painted hair, tattoo sleeves, or the larger-than-life off-court persona. It was the way he turned rebounding and defending, two jobs no one wanted, into the most dangerous weapons the game had ever seen. But here's where the legend starts to separate from the rest: the genius. Isaiah Thomas, Hall of Fame point guard and one of Rodman's earliest NBA teammates, remembers him as a straight-up basketball genius. In the 80s and 90s, nobody paid big money for defense or rebounding. If you weren't scoring, you weren't likely to find yourself on magazine covers or making all-star appearances. But Rodman, he flipped the script. He made the league, and fans, care about the ugly work, the blue-collar hustle no one wanted to be responsible for. He never seemed to get boxed out, never got caught late. And if it was a battle for position, he'd use every trick in the book. His hips, his arms, sheer determination, sometimes even his head, both figuratively and literally. He once dove headfirst into a row of photographers, just to wrestle a loose ball away from players twice his size. For the stars that went up against him, Rodman quickly became a puzzle that couldn't be solved. But even that experience, however chaotic or short-lived, caught everyone's attention. Every night became an event when Rodman was in town. He made arenas sell out, turned every game into a spectacle, and left teammates shaking their heads, wondering how someone so unpredictable could still be so reliable when the real battle started. Even if off the court, Rodman did things a little differently. In the locker room, he was a loner. On the court, he was irreplaceable. Michael Jordan, the greatest competitor the game has ever seen, tells a story that probably says it best. During Bulls practices, Coach Phil Jackson would subject the players to brutal endurance drills. Jordan's group always tried to pace themselves, finding ways to coast and conserve. The second Rodman jumped to the front, though, he didn't jog. He sprinted, cranking up the tempo so high it took the rest of the team 4 laps just to catch him. To Dennis, everything on the court was a test of stamina, of will, of whether anyone could possibly outlast him. The answer was almost always no. But that spirit didn't turn off when he left the gym. Shaquille O'Neal, one of the biggest NBA personalities of all time, still marvels at Rodman's routine, or lack of one. While most pros stuck to a strict schedule, Rodman did things his way. Sometimes he'd roll in less than an hour before the game, still eating chicken and rice, ignoring meetings and strategy sessions.